Beloved, an urgent word stirs within me, yearning to be shared. Can you feel it in your spirit? A shifting, an anticipation, building like the distant rumble of an approaching storm. This is no ordinary season, my child. You stand on the cusp of a divine acceleration, where the very fabric of time will bend and stretch at my command. In ages past, the prophet Amos declared, "Behold, the days are coming, and those days are upon you now." The ancient words echo through the centuries, infused with my breath, spoken afresh for this hour. The plowman shall overtake the reaper. Picture it. A field where seeds are still being sown, yet the harvest is already ripe and ready. The sower and reaper work side by side, their labors overlapping in a glorious collision of seasons. Blink, and you might miss the moment the first tender shoots break through the soil, for they will leap towards the sun with supernatural haste. The green stalks will swell with grain as if fed by an unseen hand, and the heavy heads will bow, golden and bursting, before the startled farmer has even wiped the sweat from his brow. This is the pace of the hour you have stepped into, a headlong rush of answered prayers and dreams fulfilled, blessings chasing down blessings, each one treading on the heels of the last. The sheer speed of it will leave you breathless, marveling as you strain to take it all in. The hills themselves will drip with the sweet wine of my favor, drenching the land in a heady flow of provision and plenty. Deserts will bloom in a riot of color, lush and fragrant. Stagnant pools will give way to rushing rivers, surging with life and power. The transformation will be so rapid, so all-encompassing, that the memory of lack and barrenness will fade like a half-forgotten dream. But I must give you a caution, a loving warning amidst this exhilarating promise. In your eagerness for what is to come, do not neglect the present moment, pregnant with purpose. Each second arrives laden with my gifts, each breath an opportunity to commune with me. To live only for the future is to risk missing the treasures hidden in the now. When you prayed for revival, for an outpouring of my spirit, did you consider what it would require of you? Are you truly ready for the glorious disruption, the holy upheaval? I tell you, the months and years to which you have grown accustomed will compress into days and weeks. The ponderous cycles of sowing and waiting will give way to lightning-fast reaping. You will scarcely have time to catch your breath between the birthing of one promise and the birthing of the next, and even this will seem slow compared to what is coming, for I am taking you deeper still into a place where my glory annihilates delay. The seconds will swallow up the seasons, and moments will eclipse the decades. For when you step into my presence, when you make your home in the realm of glory, you enter eternity, and eternity has a way of overshadowing time, of causing it to bow and bend in awestruck surrender. Just as light swallows up darkness and life devours death, my eternal nature will consume the temporal shadows that have haunted you. The clock will no longer be your master, nor the calendar your jailer. You will move to the rhythm of my heartbeat, guided by the cadence of my voice. And now, my child, I invite you to step into that same flow, to relinquish your grip on the familiar patterns and embrace the wild, exhilarating dance of faith. It will require a radical shift in your perspective, a reorientation of your very being. You must learn to see with eternal eyes, to think with an eternal mind, to love with an eternal heart. This is not a journey for the faint of heart or the casual seeker. It is a call to abandon yourself fully to my purposes, to be swept up in the relentless current of my love. There will be moments when the speed of it all takes your breath away, when you feel like you are hurtling towards an unknown future with no safety net in sight. But I assure you, my hand will never leave you. My grace will be the net that catches you, the wind beneath your wings. I am not leading you into chaos, but into a higher order, a deeper harmony. The acceleration is not meant to overwhelm you, but to free you from the shackles of a lesser life. So fix your gaze on me and let go of your preconceptions. Surrender your timetables and agendas, your carefully laid plans and well-worn routines. I am doing a new thing, and it will not fit into the old wineskins of your expectations. This is the hour of the suddenlies, the season of the swift and the surprising. Brace yourself for the whirlwind, but do not fear it. For in the center of the storm, you will find me, your anchor and your refuge. And as you lean into my embrace, you will discover a peace that surpasses understanding, a joy that no circumstance can steal. The world will look at you and marvel, unable to comprehend the speed of your transformation. They will see a life that defies logic, a story that breaks the mold, and they will hunger for the secret, the hidden spring from which you draw your strength. That secret, my child, is simply this. You have tapped into eternity. You have learned to sync your steps with the Maker of time. You have discovered that when you abide in me, all things are possible. No dream is too big, no miracle too outlandish. The impossible becomes your daily bread, and the extraordinary becomes your norm. So run with me in the rhythm of the divine acceleration. Let my heartbeat set the pace, and my word light the way. Dare to believe that the dreams you've carried for a lifetime can manifest in a moment. Have the audacity to ask for the nations, to contend for the lost, to pursue the promises with holy abandon. Get ready, beloved. The wind is picking up. The horizon is brightening. The plowman is about to overtake the reaper, and the mountains will drip with new wine. This is your hour, your moment to shine. My beloved child, do you hear it? That still, small voice echoing in the chambers of your weary soul. It is mine. A sacred whisper, an invitation, beckoning you to rise from the ashes of yesterday's pain and step into the radiant promise of wholeness. In this very moment, I'm not asking how long you have wandered in the wilderness of sickness, poverty, or heartache. No. The question that resounds from the depths of eternity is simply this. Will you allow me to make you whole? Will you release your desperate grip on the familiar shackles of brokenness and embrace the glorious freedom I have ordained for you? When you dare to breathe a courageous yes to my word, a divine shift occurs. Suddenly you are no longer bound by the relentless ticking of earthly time. Instead, you are catapulted into the realm of eternity. In an instant, the stagnant waters of your circumstances are transformed into a raging river of acceleration, propelling you forward with unstoppable momentum. The days of crawling inch by painful inch through the mire of adversity are over now. You shall soar on wings of eagles, traversing vast distances in the blink of an eye. What once took years of striving and struggling will be accomplished in mere moments. For my word declares that I am the God of the suddenly. Just as the man at the pool of Bethesda was transported from 38 years of suffering to immediate healing, so too shall you experience the miraculous condensing of time. The day shall bow its knee to destiny, and the chains of stagnation shall shatter beneath the weight of heaven's acceleration. Behold, there is a divine change of address upon your life. No longer will you dwell in the land of what has been. Instead, your feet shall tread the soil of what is and what will be. For you are a citizen of eternity, a beloved heir to every promise I have spoken. And in this eternal realm, my child, how long does it take for me to move on your behalf? Is my arm too short to save, or my ear too dull to hear? Am I confined to the limitations of human understanding or the natural laws that govern your world? No, for I am the God of miracles, the author of the impossible. The scarcity of yesterday will give way to the abundance of tomorrow. What would typically require years of refinement and maturation, I will accomplish in you in a fraction of the time. The moment you say yes to me, the old passes away in a flash, and the new bursts forth in glorious, instantaneous transformation. My child, you stand on the precipice of a new season of divine acceleration, where the words of my prophets will leap from the pages of Scripture and become your living reality. Your faith shall be sight, and your prayers shall become tangible manifestations. I urge you to ready yourself for the coming deluge of blessings. Gird your heart with unyielding faith, for the floodgates of heaven are poised to burst open. Miracles will chase you down, overtaking you at every turn. Breakthroughs will bloom in the very places where barrenness once reigned. The mountains that have towered over you, blocking your path and obscuring your vision, will dissolve into pools of sweet wine. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will become the very stepping stones to your greatest triumphs. But remember, my beloved, that this accelerated season demands accelerated obedience. When I speak, there can be no hesitation, no lingering in the realm of doubt and fear. Your yes is swift and certain, your faith unshakable. For in this hour, the whisper of my spirit will guide you into uncharted territories, becoming you beyond your comfort zone and into the realm of the extraordinary. Your faith must be a living, breathing force, a pulsating heartbeat in sync with the rhythm of my will. The evidence of your obedience will be matched only by the extravagance of my blessings. As you step out in unwavering trust, my provision will rush to meet you, exceeding your wildest expectations. The doors that once seemed sealed shut will slam wide open, ushering you into a pool of unprecedented favor and influence. Even in the face of past failures and disappointments, your redeemer's power knows no bounds. Where man sees a dead end, you see a divine setup for a comeback. Your story is not over, my child. It is simply being rewritten by the pen of my grace. So let your faith rise like a phoenix from the ashes and lift those mistakes. Allow my love to heal the wounds of broken dreams and shattered expectations. For I am a God who specializes in beauty and justice. A one that transforms mourning into dancing. As you step into this new season of acceleration, you may find yourself amazed at the speed and suddenness of the blessings that overtake you. The next, you are standing victorious on the other side, testifying to my goodness. Your head may swim with wonder, and the magnitude of the miracles unfolding before your eyes. In the midst of
Jesusfreak.